Welcome back to the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship. Sunday is a race field day starting with race 4. The positions of the grid were determined by the driver's second fastest lap times from qualifying. Jordan Love is joined up front by Malaysia's Nazim Azman. Singapore's Daniel Frost and Kiwi Fane Kahia start on the second row.
This race we really just wanted to go out and see what we can do after a terrible result in the last one. Started off pole position, kept wanting to slip off the clutch, so I was really concentrating on just not jumping the start. You know, if I got a bad start, you know, we could always race forward from there, but I think the main thing was just don't jump the start because the penalty's so huge over here. So yeah, didn't manage to do that, but still managed to lead into turn 1, and so I was really happy with that.
Yeah, another very consistent race. Start getting a little better. Fortunately, I again made some pretty safe moves during the first turn, and I avoided a pretty major incident.
It was a great start, probably the best out of the grid. I pushed up right beside Jordan at the start, in between Nazim and Jordan. I tried to go around the outside of Jordan, but didn't work so well, so I kept it with 2. At the end of the lap, I didn't really have that good of a race, and so at turn 11, I went off, I spun, dropped back to dead last, try to get back my positions, and luckily that was a safety car, so it saved me half a straight, so it was really good, and I could catch up to everyone else.
So from then on, I was in 3rd. So I was behind him for about a lap or 2, right up on him. He managed to hold me off, so he was doing some pretty good driving. But yeah, it was great, passed him into the last turn and managed to get back into a higher podium.
And everyone in front of me were about 1 second slower, so it was really good for me to overtake them. And I ended up with a 3rd.
So it was Jordan, Fane and Daniel on the podium for race 4. An emphatic run for Jordan, keeping him in championship contention. Mohammed's 5th place finish ensures he secures his 2nd rookie award of the weekend. Race 4's fastest lap times would determine the starting positions for race 5. With the top drivers within tenths of a second of each other in lap times, this was setting us up for a close race. Jordan Love in pole, Daniel Frost alongside him, Fane Kahia, Nazim Azman, Akash Gowda and Mohammed Nawala in positions 3, 4, 5 and 6 on the grid.
It was a great race, yeah. I started 2nd. Luckily for me, he had a jump start.
Fortunately for me and Daniel, that means we're automatically promoted. Made the move on Daniel to jump into P1, which was cool.
Fane, he got me on turn 9, and I wasn't really happy about that, so I just stayed behind him till like turn 14, get my run up and take him on on the straight. But he missed shift, so it was really good for me, so I could catch him down the straight. And yeah, I took him down at turn 15 around the outside.
Daniel managed to overtake me when I missed a gear.
I was just behind Jordan waiting for him to go into the pits, and yeah, once he went in the pits, I just pushed and maintained my lead. Stayed really consistent, had 5 laps of 2 minute 12.6, so it was really good, pulled away from the rest of the field.
I was catching Fane quite fast. There was a lot of pressure because he was really, really fast. So I just kept on pushing and pushing and pushing. I tried to stay as calm as possible. In the end, I managed to hold it together and finish 3rd.
Yeah, it was a great race.
A comfortable win for Daniel, his 2nd of the weekend. The Kiwi Kahia finishes in 2nd place ahead of homeboy Nazim, who secures his 1st visit to the podium. Presley's impressive form saw the youngster finish 4th and claim another rookie win. Jordan was never able to recover from a drive-through penalty for a jump start and would finish 7th. The finishing order of race 5 would determine the starting grid for race 6 with a twist, as the grid was again reversed for the final race of the weekend. India's Akash Gowda had the honour of starting from pole position. Twice rookie winner Presley Martonen right next to him. Aussie ace Jordan starts on 7th on the grid. We're all set up for some spectacular racing.
I started P5. I didn't really have that great of start, but it was good enough so I could get the slipstream from the guy in front, and I went up the inside of him at turn 1, so I gained a position and the guy went wide, so I took him up on the inside.
I started for 2nd last row of the grid, try and get a good start. By the end of the 1st lap, we were sitting in about 4th. So we're quite happy with that.
It was a big fight in the beginning, like with all the cars, like there was like 5 cars there.
During the race, I was behind 2 cars, and I took one guy down the straight, and actually I didn't really mean to overtake him around the outside, but it actually went up to my advantage, so I just took him down at the straight of the start finish, and I took the next guy at turn 1, so it was really good because they were being held up by battles, so I just pulled away from there.
And yeah, after the squabble, I managed to get away in second. Yeah, I was just obviously I'm not as experienced as the car catching behind me, so I fell back a bit and he overtook me, and yeah, after that it was just race settled and I just tried to get to the end and I did, which was good.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I had a bit of a fuel problem, so it wasn't really good on the fast corner, so I was losing maybe 10k, so Jordan could really catch me at the end, but I just defended him for 1 lap, and yeah, I finished P1.
We fought with Daniel, and it was a good little battle, but he managed to come over with the win, so yeah, good on him, and I'm happy to come away with second.
What a thrilling way to end the weekend. The tightly fought race was the closest finish of all 6 races and a fitting conclusion to the first event. Just tenths of a second separated the podium finishers. Frost in first, Love in second, and Martono in third. That third place for Martono, the Indonesian's first podium finish in a race and his 3rd rookie win of the weekend. So a successful conclusion of Event 1. Singapore's Daniel Frost leads the championship with 127 points. Jordan Love in the silver medal position with 108 points. Rounding off the top 3 is Fane Kahya with 96 points. Daniel's stellar 3-win performance also sees the young Singaporean walk away from the weekend with the Fuji Xerox Star Driver Award for the first event of the championship.
It's great that I just finished my 6 races here this weekend. Just gotten my Star Driver Award, which is actually pretty good. I never expected I would get this. Yeah, I'm leading the championship at the moment. It's great, but Jordan's only a few positions back, so I'm pretty scared still, but I think if I stay like this, I'll still pull away and hopefully get more points.
The racing's been tough, and I think in the final race to have the top 3 finishers within 5/10 at the finish line says a lot about the competition in the grid.
We started from seconds apart, and we ended up 0.05 apart. It's been a huge success. We got global coverage from this weekend, and this is the start of something really big. This is the start of the Asian motorsport ecosystem, and that's what it's all about.
The sun is setting here at Sepang International Circuit on an eventful race weekend.
We've seen some impressive performances by the drivers and unexpected results in all of the races. It's only a clear indication of what's yet to come later on this season.
Plenty more race action, and we'll make sure you don't miss a thing. I'm Renai Matu.
And I'm Daniel Woodruff.
Signing out. Bye-bye.